back and forth and around depending on what we're learning and where you are in your learning progression. And remember I told you, I don't stick solidly to the data. If you come to me and say, I think I need to be in that group because I'm not really sure even though I got those right, my dad helped me. I'm all for listening to you, and for you, once you understand how our groups work, I absolutely listen to you if you feel like you did that. Sometimes students say to me, oh, Mrs. Delaney, I kept clicking the wrong thing and I have the right answer. And they show me in the notebook and I'm like, oh yeah, you're ready, you don't need to be in that group. Progression. And so we're always making mistakes here. We're making less mistakes when we get here. And when we get here, we got it right, and we're ready to go on to the next challenge. So I'm here to tell you that mistakes are our friends. We like making mistakes because we know we're learning. If you get things right, that's wonderful. It means you've learned something and you're ready to move forward. But the edge of our learning, the place that you should be standing, is always right at the point where you're making a mistake, which is why we will start every class with ASSISTment reports looking at the things that we got wrong as a whole group, the common wrong answers. The ones we got right, we're like, yay, that's great. And we'll look at the ones that we struggled with and we'll try to analyze why and figure out what we did wrong. And even if you got it right, you can help with the class if you got it right because you can help us figure out what we did wrong. Okay, so would you like to know the percent for the whole team?
Yes.
For the whole team, 36% achievement. That's about what we expected. We're at the beginning of this. We know a lot of people don't feel comfortable with it. Oh, you are the Red Sox. And you did better than the team average, so you were 43%. By the way, I read your comments last night, and some of you really told me some good comments. Nice feedback on your comments, because the fifth question was how are you feeling about this? Evan, would you shut the front light off, the front row? This is the right, it makes it easier to see the smartboard. So I have anonymized the names so you can't see it. So our concern is our data across here. So take a minute to think about what you're seeing. So let's start with the third one, because that's the lowest one. Should we start with 42%? I think the first one was fairly easy, but we got it wrong because we weren't reading it. So let's start with the 42% one. Shall I put up the question so you can remember what it is?
Yeah.
There's 56% of you that got it wrong, answered 13. So look at that one. It's number 1, 2, 3. It's number 3 in your notebook. Let me open up the problem to remind you what it's about. Here it is here. A vase can hold 28 flowers. If a florist had 352 flowers, oh look, I spelled that wrong. I was typing fast, sorry. How many flowers would be in the last vase that isn't full? Let's see. 56% of you said 13. What was 13? What was 13 in that answer? Look at your math. What was 13 in that answer? Could I get a volunteer to go over here and do the long division for us, nice and big and clear? Paige, would you like to do that? Yep. Yep. So we can see, and everybody else is looking at their notes. What was 13? Everybody's looking at their notes. Where did you get 13? Anybody want to answer, Megan? You didn't get it. You didn't put the right answer in, but maybe you did the long division correctly. Maybe you just didn't read it right and put the remainder in for the answer. The answer was the remainder. All right, is everybody going to get a 100 tonight?
Yeah.
Yeah, that or you're all asleep? Are we asleep or are we really getting it? I'm not getting a lot of feedback here. Are the cameras intimidating you? You finally understand it. Good. Okay, the one thing that is different tonight is there's 2 different homeworks and you're going to be assigned homework accordingly after this class. So I can go on assessments and I can say, this person, this person, this person is going to do this assignment, and this person, this person, and this person is going to do that assignment. And they're very similar, except one assignment is a little bit more challenging than the other. And some of us are ready for that, and some of us are not. Eventually, you will do all of them. So they both say 1.2, but one of them says 1.2a.
Yeah, I got 109, but it said it was like something lower. It was like a really...
Yes, because we were supposed to take the remainder and type it in. The remainder was 3, and then you were supposed to take it.
Oh, okay, so I was right.
It was asking how many flowers should be in the extra vase.
1.2.
Didn't do it? So here we go. Start working on it right now, and you can go into an assistance. Open up your notebook if the math does not. This is the way we're doing it. It doesn't mean if you feel like it. We're all doing it the same way, not because I'm some like controlling person and I want everybody to do everything my way. It's because it makes it easy for all of us to read each other's work. Claire's the one that you did it in your head.
Yeah.
So,
I
yeah.
don't think so. So here's the problems right here. I would like to see you do the long division out, please, Brian. When I said use a calculator, it meant to check it. So we did great overall, 75%. What was our average yesterday?
Like
36 or something like that? 30. In any event, significant moving along the learning progression as a whole. This is group 1. And you're not group 1. You're all going to get up in a minute and move around based on where we are in our learning progression. This is group 1, group 2, 3, 4, 5, I'd like everybody to pick up their things and go into the groups as I call your names. I'm just going to do is look at your scores here at Adequate Night. Names up, so I'm going to shut that off for a second because I have to look at the report with your names, and I'm just going to sort you by that. Okay, group table 1. There should be 4 people over there. It's Alexandra, Jenna, Kaylee, and Brian. In group 2, there's 6 desks. Casey, Olivia, Adriana, Jamie, Kyle, Jamie is, Samantha, Antonio, and Olivia S. I didn't even realize until now there was 2 Olivias in this room. Learn something new today. All right, so now I'm on group 4, over here. And the other group I'll talk to you in a minute. Is that this group over here that did the other sheet? Yeah, okay. I'll talk to you guys in a minute because I'm going to give you some. I don't know if you've ever done problems like this before. So this is the interesting problem I'd like you guys to just talk about and see if you can solve. This is not for grade. This is for challenging your mind. That's the thing I wanted to see. Okay? When we do
which one's three.
I already analyzed all this across this morning over coffee, believe it or not. I do this in the morning before I even take my shower. Does anybody know why I do this in the morning before I get here? Do you know why?
So you don't forget?
Not so I don't forget, because I know I'm going to do it with you guys. Ben, what do you think?
So you know what to go over in class?
Yeah. I almost always change what I'm doing every single day. It's hard work because I have a plan, and then I look at the data, and it didn't come out the way we projected, so now I'm like, oh. So what can we do today to address this? So I quickly typed up this. I thought we've been talking about all these things and maybe we'll get meetings about. What should I do now? There were a lot of people who did extremely well last night. And there are a lot of people who look like they're still on day one of the learning. So I have to really go into group work here. I would like to clarify directions for a moment. Excuse me, everybody stop for 1 second. If you only got like 1 or 2 small things wrong with your red pen, in the working column, you will redo that math problem. Write your name on the work, put it in the inbox, and then you are ready to join the people working on the marble problem. Okay? If you got a lot wrong, then you're just going to sit in the group and work through the whole thing for the whole period and not get to the marble problem until Monday.
Same as the other one. You have to round up the end.
Okay. I understand why the fraction should have been included in the answer. So this is a whole picture. You have a whole picture of orange juice. Imagine if I have a whole picture of orange juice. And I have 25 people for breakfast. And you're all set? All right, so you put it here. And you go sit at that group, and I keep a pile of marble problems over there. So take your notebook over and take one of those sheets. The right answer is in this column here, right here. Remember that. So if your whole group disagrees, you can look up here and go, oh, there's the right answer. All right, and I'm coming around to check in with groups. Make sure your name's on it. Okay. If you have not, because I believe this group hasn't passed theirs in yet.
Yeah, I passed mine.
Okay, if you passed it in, you're good to go. If you have not passed in the correct work, you have to do that for homework this week and then pass it in on Monday because I'm grading this one. In class, you need to make a choice right now if you want to do mixing marbles in groups and solve it and make posters. Or do you want to review and do practice division, which will be over in these 2 groups over here. And after school today, Monday is not normally my day for a late bus day. I usually stay Wednesdays and Thursdays, but I am able to stay today. So if you would like to just do a little bit more practice with long division today, I will be here after school for late bus time if anybody would like to do that. Other questions? All mixing marbles. So your job is going to be not to give the answer away, but to collaborate with your group and give them tips and ideas on how to also get to the answer. And if you've solved it one way, you will have solved mixing marbles because there's a couple of you, right? You solved it? There's a couple of you. I would like you to try another strategy and see if you can solve it. If you're over here and you don't want to do any more reviewing and you would like to jump to the mixing marbles and you haven't already joined that group, you need to get up and move over to another group. If you're over there and you like to practice more long division, you need to move over to this side of the room. We might need to move some chairs and desks around a little bit to make everybody work. I think